You want to come with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kamera Arbeit. Dann kannst du wieder vorkommen. Ja. So, my name is Ralf Yvonne Heckel. I come from the International Space Education Institute, what is established since 2005. For someone who has interest, here are my cards. And we are from Germany, but we work international. My professor, what is he? Professor von Puttkammer. He was born in my hometown. He worked for Apollo, for the space shuttles, for the ISS, and at least he was the director of the International Space Station ISS. He passed away exactly 10 years ago, and we celebrate now his 90th year's birthday, where a dream of him will come true because he started his university, like you, as he had very less money in the pocket. He had a dream to fly to space, to reach the stars, but he had no money and there was no possibility in a university to study spaceflight in the early 1950s. So he wrote books, science fiction books, received money with that, so his vision of science fiction became reality, with a diploma in his pocket as a diploma engineer. And then he made science reality together with Werner von Braun and Hans Calabama at NASA, and he was the man who had the most years as an employee of NASA. He was 50 years employee of NASA. I'm here now as his friend and as his student, and also as this man who opens the doors if somebody of you wants to join space, wants to go to the moon, forward to the Mars, and forward to beyond. And beyond. Okay? Yes. You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
That's nice. Okay, let me give you a short introduction. What we have now? What we have now? You know that some years ago we celebrated the 50th celebration of landing man on the moon. Somebody who is knowing who was the first man on the moon?
Yeah.
I want to see a hand. Yeah, who was the second man on the moon?
Edwin.
Huh?
Edwin.
Edwin?
Edwin.
Okay, this is the first name, Buzz Aldrin. Okay, that's correct. So, this is your rocket, come on. Okay, once again. Okay, it was a simple question, so we give everyone a chance. Some years before, there flew one man in space, the first, what was his name? The first man in space? It was a Russian. Okay, the first lesson, Yuri Gagarin. Okay? So, another question, do you know who was the first tourist in space? A man who paid money for a ticket to fly to space as a tourist.
Oh, I don't remember the name of the pet, but she is a dumb witch.
She is a?
Witch. She's a female dog.
Anushi Ansari. She was the second, but she was the first woman as tourist in space. Okay, this we can let, okay? So, this is your rocket, come on. She is the godmother of my daughter. Yeah, what? Another simple question. What was the name of the first spaceship what lands on the moon from India?
Second.
Three. Yeah. Okay, I can understand Hindi, sorry. Yeah, I only speak German, it's so easy, but yeah, Chandrayaan 3. You must take your hands up. I want to see who's first. Yeah? When somebody speak? I cannot see that. Okay. This was last year. Big congratulations to you and as a nation that you mentioned. You hit the Russians with Luna 25 because this spaceship was crashed on the same time and made a new crater on the nice surface on the moon. What we want to do on the moon, this I want to tell you now, and so I invite you to a travel to a very new spaceport, a launch pad in America. Somebody of you knows the name of a launch pad? Any launch pad? A launch facility? No?
Sriharikota and Andhra Pradesh, India.
I want to see hands. Next. Okay, never, yeah. Baikonur, the Indian launch pad? Yes.
Sriharikota
Okay,
in Andhra Pradesh.
that's nice. Did you see it?
What?
Do you was there?
Yeah, I was not there, but I saw that movement on television.
Did you see the rocket launch?
I saw the launch of Chandrayaan 3.
You was there?
No, I was not there, but I saw the.
On the TV?
Yes.
Okay, you should go there. It's totally different.
Okay.
So, let me first introduce you what we are doing. What was in the past? In the past 2 months, Arthur, one of our students, with this rocket, traveled around India and told the people how was the rocket launch of Artemis 1. Artemis 1, this is NASA's moon rocket. She has the main body. This is the tank. This is the first stage, the core stage. These are top boosters. And then we have here the third stage. This third stage has inside the payload. The payload means that spaceship what goes to the moon. So, and we can disassemble it also. Back again. So, I want to tell you what works there. Huh? They were here by this launch. Students from us, about 1.5 years ago, in November 2022, this rocket launched. Everything, when it is empty, is a tank, it falls down. Exactly, this is the spaceship. It flies then with that rocket engine to the moon. Yeah, and on the halfway to the moon, this is empty. And only this, with 6 people inside. Last time there were no people inside, only 2 dolls. Soha and Helga. This was a kind of a simulator. Flown around the moon, yeah, made some photos with a GoPro like this, and then push flight back to the Earth. Then this capsule was the one and only what we are thinking on the ocean. We came back. This is the one and only thing that comes back. So you see it now. This is the capsule. This is the rocket. All these things we lost. And all this one and only piece we have back. Is this efficient? What do you think? Here we have a car. This is the same size. Yeah, you can see that. This is maybe Joe Biden here inside. Okay. Not interesting. We take Elvis. No? This is the size, the real size. No? This is the NASA's moon rocket. And NASA knows this, that private people and private companies, is there a fire alarm or something like that?
Examination.
Oh my God.
Examination is hard.
Hurry. Okay. So our roller coasters are listening here. This is the noise of the roller coasters in Germany. Maybe examples of like a roller coaster. So. Okay. NASA was knowing this. Especially my professor said 25 years ago, we need to invite private companies to build that hardware what we need to drive regularly to the space station and regularly to the moon station. Because NASA can discover moon, Mars and beyond with automatic spaceships, with private with human spaceships, but regularly business, forward, backward. This is not exactly what NASA can do because they open only the gates. People who come after, like DHL, FedEx or something like that, with private companies should come later. That's why there was launched a program with the name COTS in 2006. COTS means Commercial Orbital Transportation Systems. This is invented to make a challenge, to create a challenge for international private space companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, Orbital Science Corporation, Virgin Galactic or something like that, what you know. And now, 20 years later, we have a result. What is this? Here you see what we are doing worldwide. This is only by India. We are active in more than 30 countries. But I want to show you this from India. I believe you know the most of that places what are here. Ghaziabad, Chandigarh, and so on. So, going forward now to that launch pad. Is this my telephone? What rings always? And turn it off. Okay. We have a very beautiful place named South Harbour Island. There is a wildlife refuge. There is Jesus the God as a statue. Holy. There are sand dunes and a beach. This is a nice hotel. A lot of crazy people out there. These are so-called influencers. This is Jessica Hirsch. And they have also a hopper house, what is a kind of a hub to launch the rocket in the evening. Yeah? So we were there with a Tesla. This is the car what I like. And you see here, this is the rocket at all. And you can drive so far with the Tesla or with a car directly on the beach. You see here, this is the boat camp that we can see exactly that what is happening there. South Harbour Island is an island in front of the launch pad where you have a lot of hotels, where you have beach and where you have a kind of holiday area to be prepared for the launch. This is like a Captain Heaven. So, this is Houston. Here, you need to drive from Houston by car to the Mexican-Texas border. These are 650 kilometers. Here you see the Pelican. He's very happy that the rocket will launch. Yeah? And you see this is a very long island. And when the night comes, before the launch, then starts a misting thing. Firstly, a lot of tourists fly around and watch the sea. Yeah? The next is that there come a lot of people who block the beach here on that place because they want to look for the rocket. Yeah? 6 hours before the launch, you cannot drive on any street because they are totally full. Yeah. So then the night starts. It becomes dark, but the foggers don't let you on this place. So you must sit in your car, and who else sit in this hotel? Be lost. Because you will not be able to be in the first place, in the first row, to see the rocket launching. And here it is. South Harbour Island is that place. Here is the starbase, and here is that launch pad. You must drive. Oh, it is too big. You must drive such a long. Why don't stop? Can you help me here? Okay. So you must drive such a farm. This is the production area, what calls Starbase. And this is Boca Chica in Texas. So, and Elon Musk, the head of SpaceX, has also a lot of favor and fun to rockets and also to Hollywood movies. His one and only plate that he tells you this is dangerous, he writes Raptor Zeus. Because these engines here, under the rocket, you must mehr Fotos machen. These engines here under this rocket, die ausmitteln dahinter. These are 33 Raptor engines dahinter. 33 Raptor engines. In the middle are 3, then is a circle of 10, and outside is a circle of 20 engines. The inner engines are possible to move for the velocity, and the outer engines are not possible to move, they are only burning. Yeah? And these Raptor engines, they are special in front of all other engines, because they have 2 turbopumps. They work with LNG and with oxygen. No other rocket before made this. So, and when you are on this wildlife refuge, then it may be possible that there will come a Raptor. Yeah? I didn't see one. I only see 33 here. Yeah? Okay. Yeah?
So I have a question. The 33 engines that you told about, how much thrust is produced each one of them?
I can tell you, this is not possible to find in the internet. This is a mystery. But I can tell you that this rocket has a weight of 5,000 tons, and the thrust of all 33 is 9,000 tons. Maybe then we can calculate it. By 33, yeah?
Sir?
This is the actual, yeah?
So when the spaceship is ejected from the rocket, all the engines are wasted, or all the thing falls?
Let us launch the rocket first, then we can answer your question. Yeah? Okay. Selection is another thing. Yeah? Okay. The production area is the Starbase. Here you see that, and that's we call rocket garden. So they produce starships on the belt, like in India bicycles. Yeah? Last week we were by Avon in Ludhiana. They produce 13,000 bicycles per day, and Elon Musk want to make 100 launches per year minimum with these big rockets. I will tell you why. That's why I have here a small rocket garden also. You see that. And it may be possible when you look long time enough that you see the production of those starships. This is the entrance plate where it's written, do you want to have a tour? No problem. Then hire as an employee by us, you have all the tools what you need. Second is, drones are not allowed, and you are looking for a gift shop, then go to the internet, you can buy the things. And the last one is, the last one is here. You need to go to the toilet, then now is the best time to go home. You see that Starship and SpaceX is focused exactly on that what they're doing. They make no tours, no gift shops, and everything. Here's a border. What is that? And that's it. And they are building time by time. This looks like India here. No, they are building always because they want to launch people to the moon and to the Mars. And when you stay there long enough, then you will also be able to see there's a new rocket born very quick, and they put it out in the rocket farm. Yeah? Okay. Sizes. Here you see the real sizes. That's me with that rocket, and this is too big. You see me here. This is that rocket. The first one, what was launched in April last year, and the second one, what was launched in November last year. Yeah? This is huge. Yeah? 140 meters. Yeah? And the difference between the two rockets, that I come back to your question, you see here. Sorry. So you can touch this also. Okay. You see here, and that the difference. Is that ring? This is the hot stage weight. I will tell you why. This has something to do with the separation. Okay, again sizes. Yeah, this is the serviceman from the petrol station here. Yeah? He makes the fuel inside. In 100 meter altitude. This we call griffins. This is when the rocket comes back for a landing. This is like a fin that you can have a safe landing for controlling. The service arm. We have the lower stage and the upper stage. And here you see an AFP flap. This is not a wing. Like here. This is not a wing. This is a flap. When the Starship wants to come down, it comes so. Yeah? And these flaps are able to make this or this. You know this from a parachute jumper. Yeah? When he springs down, he puts his arms, his legs, and so he can take the balance. It's exactly that. It is not an aerodynamic piece. It is only a flap, but can make a brake or not. They are independent, controllable, and so you can make, you can control that angle, you can control that angle, and everything what you need. And this Starship needs that when it comes back from the orbit, it needs a control because this, you see, we have only the very small capsule. From that rocket, everything comes back. There comes the booster back, and then comes this back. Yeah? So then, that's why SpaceX is so successful with the Falcon 9 rocket now. Last year, with more than 140 launches, the most launches of any company in a year was the Falcon 9. More than Soyuz. And Soyuz is existing since 50 years. This is most amazing because it is cheap. It is efficient. They use the boosters several times. The maximum use of a booster of Falcon 9 was now 19 times. And he came back last month on the drone ship, then comes a wave and it falls down. Then it was destroyed. But on the ground, not on the space. Okay, 19 times. This makes the space flight so cheap that anyone can do it.
So there is a question of mine. So
Yeah.
basically if you see the shape or starting shape, so if you see the shape here, yeah. So the shape is different and this upper shape is different. So if you take this shape, the drag force will decrease, and if you saw the shape in that, the drag force will not decrease according to me because the drag force is high in
What
that
is-
pattern.
This is a rescue tower,
Yeah, I'm talking about.
and this blows away because here are pyros inside. This rescue tower has only the one and only reason to escape the astronauts from the danger. So that's it. It's a totally different construction. You mean the friction in the
Yeah, I'm
aerodynamics?
talking about the drag force that is produced by the air drag.
You have exactly 20 seconds friction, that's it.
Okay.
Then the rocket is out of it makes no sense. Yeah? 20 seconds. Okay? These are the first 20 seconds. And for the first 10 seconds, the rocket is standing on the launch pad until it has the thrust to come up. And then she flies very quick. And after 30 seconds, the air is so thin, it makes no more sense. Yeah? This is rocket. Yeah?
Sir,
Yeah?
sir, when the spaceship is ejected from the rocket, the thermal part, the part which is below, which has all the 33 engines, falls on the earth or goes where? Or it is wasted?
Nothing is wasted.
Sir, how?
Nothing is wasted. When and if after 2 minutes rockets together, they reduce the thrust there. Then the engines are starting here, and it starts directly from here. Yeah? And this flies then back to the Earth, to the launch pad. Yeah? And this flies to the orbit and comes back then aerodynamic. Yeah? So, but let me tell first the structure of why it should be so. We have here as the rocket, and on this side there is the launch tower. We call it Ghaziabad. Ghaziabad comes from Godzilla, but it is mechanic. It is exactly this launch tower here. And this launch tower has arms. And these arms will catch the rockets when she's landing. So, but first let me show this. Here you see the engines and also how the engines are moving. You saw it. This is the velocity. So they are moving also not by hydraulics. It works electric. If you want to buy a car in your future, don't buy an exhausting car. Buy an electric car. Then you have the artificial intelligence, you have the controller, you have the engine, and then it drives. By exhausting car or by hydraulic, by mechanic, you have the artificial intelligence. Sometimes we are artificial intelligence, but I drive Tesla and let it drive. Then comes the controller, then comes a lot of servo engines, of sticks, of flaps, and other things. Until you have a reaction on the car, you can make an accident. So that's why electric power and electric sublight movements are most bigger and more active. So this is the water cooling system here, that the launch pad will not be exploded. By the first launch it was so. I have here a part, this is concrete from the launch pad from Boca Chica, because the 10-meter thick launch pad from concrete was exploded by the first launch because of no cooling. Yeah? And you will see then the damage. You can take it around. It's simply concrete, but it is original. So when this is a successful launch, you see it looks very beautiful. The burning is very clean. Yeah? Okay. Now we come to your question. This is the flight, the flight program. Launch, separation, landing. Yeah? After separation, it will have a landing with a lot of engines. Then comes the flaps. Yeah, then comes these flaps, these grid fins, and they make a landing. And it was planned by the first launch to have a soft landing in the water. Later, it will be by Ghaziabad. It will come to Ghaziabad and you hold it and come. Did you see the launch on the movie by Falcon Heavy? Falcon Heavy is Falcon 9 3 times in one rocket. There are coming 2 boosters back. They have a landing exactly on the launch pad where they come from out, by centimeters. So here is then the flight. You see here is the heat shield. They will landing vertical, and here is also the last moment is not planned. It splashes into the sea, but this is a test launch. Yeah? So here you can look inside. Heat shield, tanks, oxygen and LNG. Inside of the upper Starship, the same is inside here, and then you have that. Yeah? Here this is an old drawing with only 30 engines. Now you know we have 33. Yeah? Okay. Second test flight in November last year, so this is 2 months ago. The difference was there is the hot station, this ring. inside this ring. That's a dome. When the rocket engine firing, the fire comes outside here. The dome in the middle can link it outside, and then the rocket dome has 10% more efficiency because you know by the law of Newton, the rockets they're pushing together. Yeah, you can use that mass to push that spaceship more. The one and only rocket designer who used that hot staging system was the KIET-College, the Russian designer of Gagarin's rocket, Sputnik's rocket, and so on. And his moon rocket came one, but it was too early in that time, in the late 60s. He was not able to control so many rocket engines. He had also 30 rocket engines on it, so that the rocket were exploded after 90 seconds. Yeah? But now, Elon Musk and the grandson of Korolev, they were together, I know both. So they discuss about the system, so that this separation, and this is the key from the last launch, will be successful. We have then also videos. So now I invite you to the first test launch, already is that Starship. And you see how the landing works. Okay. This is that what I mean. We don't work. Okay. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Where is it? I don't see it. So it launches with only 3 rocket engines. This is only test launch from Boca Chica. 10 kilometers high. They reduce the thrust because when the tank is not heavy enough because the fuel is burning, they can reduce the rocket engines. Now is the altitude. They cut it off, you see. And now you see that flaps, how they are working. Yeah? Now it falls down, the rocket. And the controller makes now that the Starship is in exactly the correct position. Falls down. Here you see this is ice. This is from the cryogenic fuel. And it falls down. At the end comes the flip maneuver, so that there will be a vertical landing. So this is the flip maneuver. Zack. Go vertical. This is short over the ground. With 3 engines, cut the engines off, and 1 engine is the landing. So come down. You see that? And here is that place where she has the landing. So it looks a little bit, but it is successful. Yeah. But there are also some events by the test, by those tests. It looks then after that so. Even with his dog, so blows away. That's why they want to use the Ghaziabad like a basketball basket, and they can land inside. Okay, now let's take a launch. This is South part of the island. This is the beach area. All the people are coming and waiting. And when the sun comes up, when the sun is rising at 7 o'clock in the morning, then you see the Starship is green, red, because of the early sun, and the people turn on their cameras, and the Starship is looking like this, exactly with that camera also. So you see it is ice, so it is full with rocket fuel. This is the tank farm, where as the rocket is inside, they pump it up, only 1 hour, and you see all the sky is red because of the early sun. So this is the moment of the launch. Here we have the diamond. Because of the many rocket engines, this is a deburning of the methane, and this is the launch. Here you see that Ghaziabad opens its arms. This makes this is the moment of lift off, and then the rocket is launching. So this is what you say only 5 seconds later. When the rocket clears the tower, she has more than 100 kilometers per hour speed. Only when she left the tower, when the rocket, here maybe this is the rocket, and this is Ghaziabad, and the rocket in this position, a little bit higher, okay, in this position, then she has more than 100 kilometers per hour. This is very fast, yeah? Because we want to reach 28 kilometers per hour per second. So it's per second. So this is 20 kilometers high. After 45 minutes, you see here, this is the ice, condensate, the rocket is burning, yeah, very clear. Then we have the difference between the two launches. These rockets are failing, rocket engines. These rocket engines are very good. And you see here now, maybe we do it back. Again, first launch, there's a lot of failing rockets. Second launch, perfect. The difference is, here is hydraulic inside for the controlling. This is electric. So, again. Okay, so let us see the launch and the 7 passes inside. So this is coming out from the atmosphere. Now you see this is the 20 kilometers high, between 10 and 20 kilometers. This is where the airplanes are driving. So you see the rocket is hanging a little bit. This is the first launch, ITF-1. So the truss is missing because here in this moment where is died Raptor engine, and at the end where 9 Raptor engines died. But the rocket is flying also without 9 Raptor engines. This is amazing. The next Raptor engine died, the next died. So now she becomes to spill because she's out of control. She turned around as a test flight, and after 2 minutes turning, 2 minutes, the whole spaceship were turning, there came an explosion. But this was a controlled explosion, to termination. So this is the second flight. You see it works very well, without any malfunction, also these 3 engines. She flows away now and comes to hot staging, the separation, what you see now. Reduced to 3 engines. Then comes the next stage, separation, and then fly away. Now the booster tried to get himself under control to take a landing. Here was a malfunction because the fuel inside of the tank was wobbly and he was not able to get it control. That's why then he blows also away. But this is the strategy of SpaceX. They try, see the fails, and try again. No? This is a more quick development. So explosion, but it was safe and far away from the upper stage. This is the Starship, which flies now 4 minutes more. And short before she reached the speed to get in orbit, you see here now the upcoming clouds out. There was a fire inside, and they believe that it was a mistake by the hot staging. That some forces, not too much. And short before they reached 28 kilometers per hour, she was also exploded. So it comes now. You cannot see it very well because it is it is now 150 kilometers high. But the first launch was 48 kilometers high, and it was exploded now 150 kilometers high. Here you want. And myself, very happy. Our launch the water came also a small tsunami from this size, wave, splash us dirty then or wet. Yeah. The picture after it, yeah.
So I had a question, like it's a curious question.
Yeah.
That when we plan the rocket design and stuff, we're always monitoring how the behavior of the rocket is. So I wanted to know when the maneuver happens, when the separation happens, it has to land. So that program of the flight pattern is preloaded into the rocket, or the people who are in the control tower, they control that flight maneuvers?
Naja, also every flight section has its own computer. Yeah? And so was it by NASA. How it is exactly by SpaceX, it is not public, so this is their mystery. Yeah? But you can believe, here is it so, they want to rescue all rocket parts. So the booster comes independent back, should come independent back, and the rocket, the upper stage also. So every system has its own controller, its own computer, and this minimum 3 times. Because of the flight safety. That means that there is a connection between both, sure, that so long it is one piece, but after separation, totally independent parts with their own controllers. You see now, this is the impact, the first launch, and this concrete is one of these. This is one of these 10 meter fundament was destroyed. And you see here, this is the crane house with the engine inside. It looks like it's someone shot with a machine gun on it. It's amazing. This is, I made this photo only 3 hours after the second launch. And you see only they made some white hats. And here's a wire, maybe that's it. No more. Very nice. So SpaceX is learning very fast and find out how the things will work well. Nobody can believe that before, because after the first launch, I made this picture here, and this concrete was so big like a car. This is blowing hundreds of meters far away. When you stand there, it will die. So they removed it, only cut the steel, and that's it. And when you are there, you can find also by yourself such a piece. So boom. Okay. The one and only impact, what is visible, is in this tank form. Here is all the rocket fuel inside. This was before the first launch. This was after the first launch. You see? Boom, boom, boom. A lot of impacts. Also, palm trees were fallen down. Then they start to repair it with sticks. Then after the second launch, you get a lot of more damages. But this is only in isolation. The tank is inside. This makes not so much sense. They have here a kind of a protection. Here are big bags. Okay, this may help. So, but they are knowing why they do it very close. The same is also the dust. This is the first launch. This is the second launch. You see, it makes a big cloud, and there was meant a sandstorm over Texas because it blows so much sand up. And here, this is only a little bit steam. Condensat, what is lightning by the sun, the morning sun. So, what was this, the first Starship? The second launch. The flown up from Puerto Rico, from Gulf of Mexico, in the long pass north of Puerto Rico. This was 88 minutes. Then somebody had a photo camera and made a photo. This is the re-entry. The uncontrolled re-entry, okay. And you see the weather channel, they were also able to capture it. These are the debris what's coming down in the flight path north of Puerto Rico. So this is the end of Starship 2. And I wanted to invite you to the sure what comes up to you. The next launch of that rocket will be in 3 weeks. If you have interest to come with us, we will go to there. You can see it again. I will be updated always by my cell phone. Here you see the sizes. Moon rocket from NASA in the 1960s, actual moon rocket, and the Starship, the space shuttle. These are the different kinds of the Starships what are in planning. So we have this all we need to make one moon landing possible. That rocket with that small piece for the people inside, and all these are tankers, so with fuel, with rocket fuel inside. And you see that Starship is that. It has fins, it can launch and land. With rocket fuel inside or with people inside. This here can launch and cannot land because this is a storage. They launch into the orbit. There is rocket fuel inside, and when the rocket fuel is empty, they send the next tanker and they go. And the rocket fuel will be pumped inside of this depot, and that's it. This is the lander for the moon. You see, it has no fins. This is missing, but it has big legs. Because on the moon is an atmosphere, we cannot land aerodynamic, and that's why they let the people so and launch again. And this will be starting in this decade our space station around the moon, the Lunar Gateway, what is flying around the moon, and the Starship makes the work from here, landing down on the moon, and launch up. And also sends the rocket fuel to power all this station and all these facilities. Elon Musk says that he needs more than 100 unmanned launches of this rocket before he starts people inside. And per moon landing, he needs 10 to 15 launches of this rocket because of the fuel, because of the equipment and everything what they need to have a landing. Okay, this rocket was also touched by him. This is Justin. This is the space area from SpaceX. Justin is the launch manager from SpaceX. So you can, this rocket is rolling now. And this is Ghaziabad. He is the man who works long time for NASA. But now he's the man from SpaceX who works together with the FAA. This is the Association for Sport Licenses. Yeah, there's Yvonne. And this is also existing. This is the capsule, the magic capsule from SpaceX for this big ship. So all this hardware is real. And so I want to show you now only that this will be the future. Somebody know how to make the noises on. Somebody knows how to make the loudspeakers on.
That is noise.
Yeah.
That is help.
How we can make the loudspeaker on here?
It's not connected to this. No?
No, I don't think so. No, I have never experienced
Okay,
it.
then we have no noises. This is that. Because here these are all these movies from our camera. You see the launch now live. From the position as we saw it, and from the position as SpaceX saw it. So very quick rocket launches. There are a lot of people who cry, sit on the phones. You see how quick the rocket flies.
Why they crash?
This is the moment when the sound comes. Yeah, the sound has a delay of 25 seconds, 60 kilometers far. Our next viewing point will be only 3 kilometers far. This is more powerful then. You see now by the vibration that is very hard, very low. So what you see here, this is also interesting. This is the stacking. So you put the rocket on it with the Megazilla. This process needs a half hour, on or off. Here is a little bit more quicker, this is 1 more times quick. A time leap. So now we are here with an altitude of 20 kilometers, I believe. We are 28 kilometers, 29. So, and then